you can only grow as big as you think. If you do not think past here, you're always going to stop somewhere here. Yeah. I had a teacher that used to say, if you want to get a 10, think about 20. Right. Then you will target the 10. When you fall short, you will fall short to the 10. Exactly. But if you say, I want to get a 10 and you target a 10, chances are you will get a 7, an 8, somewhere close, but not there.
Welcome back to Kampala Mode. This is a space where we talk to all your fashion favorites, whether it's designers, stylists, models, everyone in between. We just want to know how the industry ticks. Today, I'm here with Wyne Kirabo from the brand
Wyne
Kirabo.
Exactly.
Thank you for making the time.
A pleasure. Yeah. A pleasure. It's always fun to talk about things that I'm passionate about. So if you invite me to talk about fashion, I'm going to come.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you call me maybe to talk about something else, I'll be like, yes. Yes. But for fashion, yeah.
For those who may not recognize you, who may not know who you are, could you introduce yourself for the people?
All right. So my name is Wyne Kirabo, and I am a fashion designer. I'm based in Spain, Barcelona, and the brand name is Wyne Kirabo, wine with a Y, Wyne Kirabo, and I am here to explore the fashion in Uganda, how it has evolved over time, and basically to just have fun. Yeah. Visit home.
Excited.
Yeah. And have these kind of conversations. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Wait, what brings you back to Kampala?
So we are trying to start a mentorship program. This is going to be our first year doing a mentorship program, because we have received multiple messages from people, especially within Africa, that are asking, how have you done that? How have you been able to put yourself out there, especially in the European world? Right. And we thought, I think it's about time that we shared what we know with the other people that are actually interested in learning from us. Yeah. So that is the main reason as to why we're here. Okay. Yes.
Okay. That sounds interesting, because, you know, the biggest thing that we keep talking about when it comes to the fashion space in Uganda is that there's no blueprint. Like, many people do not know where to start from. Yeah. Many people do trial and error. And for most, even people who are really, really talented, once the first error happens, they're like, oh, maybe this isn't for me, and then they bow out. Yeah. So I think this is something that's like really, really important, you know. Yeah. Is there anything that you have like missed about Uganda? Like,
food.
Yeah.
Food. It's been food. It's been food. It's been the people, of course, family. That is always at the forefront. But yes, I've missed the food. I've missed the people, the way they are more lively and always ready to help. Okay. And you do not have to battle through things on your own. You know, you can always ask around, and obviously someone will be there to help. So I think those are the main things that I missed about home. Like the smell of matoke, girl. It calls you home. Yeah. It calls you home. Yesterday, it was, because we've been around for like a couple of days, and yesterday was the first day we went to have a Rolex. Okay. And I took the first bite, and my brother was laughing at me because I was like, oh, this is what they be talking about.
Was it a classic street one, or
yes? No, I had to go to the streets and find mine.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. What would you say is the biggest difference between living in Spain and living in Uganda? Because I know you grew up here.
Yes. The difference is mainly about the people, I think, and the culture, obviously. The mannerisms are obviously different as well. Yeah.
But the people are not as friendly as Ugandans.
I mean, they are friendly, but they have to go an extra mile for them to be friendly. In a sense of, for instance, if I am not directly interacting with you, you're not going to be friendly to me. Gotcha. Yeah. But here it's like, you turn your face and someone smiles at you, and it's like, you know, and it's really nice, you know. And there it's a little bit more reserved. Like, if you don't interact with me, I'm not going to interact with you. Yeah. If you look at me, I may give you this smile of, okay, I noticed you, but you know, that is as far as it's going to go. Yeah. And maybe also in terms of fashion, here we are more explosive in terms of color. Yeah. You see the girls on the streets, wearing heels, you know, and going about their business. But they are really, you can see that it's just a casual day for them. It's not something serious. And there it's more of the darker colors.
Okay.
Yeah. Darker colors,
like
more casual. The blacks, the nudes, the neutrals. Majority of the people are in their sneakers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really rare to see a girl dolled up.
Yeah.
So rare.
Yeah.
At least within Barcelona, Spain area, the Catalonia area. When you go to the southern part, you may find some dolled up girls, but it's really rare.
Okay.
It could take me a whole year before I see someone really dolled up.
Are you serious?
Yeah. On Instagram, maybe, yes.
I mean, it's like every day. I was about to say every weekend, but even Monday.
Yeah. That's another thing. That's another thing. So different there in that sense. Yeah.
So why did you choose Spain?
Well, I chose Spain because...
Or did it choose you?
No, it didn't. We chose each other. I would say we chose each other because I met my partner here in Uganda. And we decided together, we sat down and we thought, moving forward, where do we want to settle? And with a lot of factors, we saw that Spain would be the best fit.
Yeah.
And we decided to go with Spain. So basically, I moved with my partner over there.
Yeah. And then starting the brand?
Starting the brand, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Because generally, I struggle with learning new languages. That's why I'm laughing at myself.
Okay.
I struggle with learning new languages. So being there, I had to learn a new language.
Right.
Obviously, no one speaks English the way, you may think you go to a land that is full of white people and they'll speak English. And then you reach there and you cannot even order for a coffee because you don't know how to say, I want a coffee, please. You know, the menu, you cannot read anything. So I had to learn a new language and I thought, okay, I'm struggling here. So how are we going to achieve this? Because I'm going to be living here. So I went to fashion school at the university and we asked and they said, yeah, you can go in because fashion is more practical.
Right.
And I thought, okay, I'll do that. Okay. So I went to study fashion to learn the language with interest. Yeah. Because fashion is always something that I like. So it was more of, okay, if I'm going to sit in class, because I also disconnect a lot when I'm not interested. Right. So I was sitting in class.
Something that at least you are
interested to know about, you know, because if we're talking about mountains and trees and, I don't know, the geography of the country, I'm like, God, you're stressing me out. And I log out. So I thought, let me go study the language, but within the subject of something that I'm interested in. Yeah. And in this case, it was fashion. Yeah. Yeah. So it was.
What year was that in?
I think it was 2017, 18.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, I asked because, you know, I was stalking your page a little bit, just a little. And I was saying that, you know, you had work out around 2015, 2016. Yes. And so I was just like, oh, was, you know, your journey of fashion, was it just, you know, because you had reached in that space, or were you already making things or, you know, trying to put out your name?
I was already trying to do fashion while I was here. And when we transferred to Spain, I realized that the fashion that I was taking to Spain was not Spanish level. Yeah. Because like I told you, it's totally different. The people like more, clothes and colors and all of that. And here I was with the, you know, flamboyant dresses and and they liked them, but not for them. You know, like how you can go into a boutique and you see a beautiful dress and you're like, oh, that would look good on Rita. But on me, or no, you know. So that was the response I got. It was more of beautiful, not for me. I love the colors, not for me. Gotcha. I love the cut, but not for me. So it was also one of the things that made me to go to fashion school, because I needed to understand the market that I'm going to be serving.
Okay.
Who do they look up to when it comes to fashion? What do they wear? What is their history in fashion, first of all? Because at the end of the day, they are the ones that are going to be wearing my pieces. So for the most part.
Right.
For the most part. So it's that point of, let's see, how can I serve this market as well? And that is how, when you visit the Wyne Kirabo page, you'll see that our work serves both sides, you know.
Gotcha.
One of the things that we usually say at the forefront is that we love to mix cultures. We like to serve the European market and also serve the African market. So with that in mind, I go to understand, okay, if I'm designing for a European woman, she wants to wear like this. She wants to put in maybe these colors, or she prefers to not wear that.
Right.
All of that. So basically, that is why it started that far. Yeah. But then it was rebranded after I graduated from uni in Spain. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. How was the reception? I mean, you've talked a little bit about it, but like, how was the reception, I think, after you graduated, and how did they receive your brand and your clothing?
It was impressively, surprisingly good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think because there is no really, like you said, there is no really a blueprint for these things. So I think when they saw my work, it was new. Yeah. And when you check on our LinkedIn, I think we have I'm saying it now more in a Spanish way. Our LinkedIn. We have an article that we put up that says Africa has an advantage. It's more about talking about us being a market that has not been touched in fashion. We have so much to give that the people have not yet seen. You know, because people have a different understanding of what fashion has to look like in Africa, and they have a different understanding of what we actually are doing, you know. So when we put ourselves out there, they will see that advantage. We have that advantage that we are untapped. We are untapped. So anything we put out there is going to serve a greater purpose than we actually think. And that is the exact purpose of our mentorship, is to let the people know, like, hey, don't stop yourself. You know, there is always, of course, the feeling of, but it's not going forward. Right. Yeah. But that is not a reason to stop, because there is a market that has not yet seen you. Yeah. And you have to think about that market. Yeah. Because you can only grow as big as you think. If you do not think past here, you're always going to stop somewhere here. Yeah. I had a teacher that used to say, if you want to get a 10, think about 20. Right. Then you will target the 10. When you fall short, you will fall short to the 10. Exactly. But if you say, I want to get a 10, and you target a 10, chances are you will get a 7, an 8, you know, somewhere close, but not there. Yeah. So basically.
I'm curious though, because like, I feel like a lot of, you know, places, especially in that space in Europe, have, you know, kind of a superiority thing, complex, when it comes to looking at their art as
a superior.
Have you found that to be the case, or are they open to more, you know, unique, more louder kinds of expressions of art?
I think that is the thing, is that you have to know who you want to serve. For example, if you know that you are more of a colorful designer, you have to understand how to be colorful, but keeping in mind who your market is. For instance, if you are going to put a print, try to put it in the smallest pieces. You know, because if you put it on the bigger piece, then you intimidate them. Right. You know, so it's not even a thing of superiority, I would say. I think it's more of comfort zone, and we all love our comfort zone. So if you are trying to take someone out of their comfort zone, and they have to pay for it on top of it, that is going to be really hard. Yes. So I think it's more that it's more about understanding, okay, do I want to serve the European market? Yes. Okay. So how do we deal with that? I love color. How do we play with color? Then from there you can build up. Yeah. Okay. Small doses, basically. Yeah.
So tell me about the brand Wyne Kirabo. Like, how would you describe it?
I would describe Wyne Kirabo as a bridge between the European market and the African market. I would also describe it as a brand that is there to empower a woman that wants to stand out, but in such an elegant, tasteful way. A woman that her presence is noticed. Yeah. I don't want, Wyne Kirabo doesn't want, let me put it like that. Wyne Kirabo doesn't want to see a woman that feels not well represented. And because of that, we mix up the cultures. We're like, okay, you can be living, because one of the other things is that they are Africans living in Europe, you know, but they're also young Africans that want to express themselves, but they cannot wear our typical mommy's kitenge, you know, so they want to wear something that is a little bit elevated. So that is the kind of African woman that we are serving, that is in a place that they want to represent, they want their culture to be represented, but it's becoming so hard for them because the African fashion is not up to what they want in terms of European African fashion, because when you go to shop in the African shows, that's what you're going to find there, you know, and then the European standard, which is your typical jeans, t-shirts and stuff like that. But when you're going to your birthday party, maybe you want to show a bit more than that. So that is the African girl we are targeting. But also the European girl can wear our dress because it represents them as well. So everyone feels part of the dress, you know? So it's not this feeling of, they put a white girl in a kitenge just to show that the white people can wear kitenge. Or they put a black girl in the jeans to show that the Africans can actually look good in European. No, it's, I am represented. That is Wyne Kirabo in a nutshell.
And I've noticed it, by the way, with some of the motifs in your clothing. You know, sometimes it can even go like literally half and half. And so it's like, okay, the print and then something very muted and stuff like that. Who really resonates with your brand? Who is like your biggest buyer?
My biggest buyer is a working woman, I would say. Is a working woman, and is also someone that, like I said, empowered, that is not scared to be out there, but in an elegant way. So that is the person that I'm targeting. For the most part, right now, we are serving more people that are event driven, in a sense of, I'm going for this, I'm going to that, I'm going to that. Mostly those are the people that we are serving right now in the European market.
And tell me a little bit about your co-founder, Yera. Yes, and like, just, I think what I'm curious about is like the role that he plays, and then how collaboration gets into the creative space.
All right. So generally we call him Yera because because of whatever. He will explain that himself sometime. But Gerard is generally our managing director. So he tends to make sure that everything is exactly how it has to be. So when you have to plan anything, he has to be there to make sure that, is it in line with our values? Does it lift us or does it put us down? So basically his part is that, to uphold the image of the brand. And my job is to make sure that the creative part is also taken care of.
You know, I ask that because I think a lot of creatives are very hung up on like doing things their way, wearing 10, 20 hats, and, you know, trying to navigate, let's say, the business of fashion or, you know, of the creative space and stuff like that. And I don't know if it was something that is kind of easy.
I think the last time I was doing a lecture at the university in Barcelona, one of the students asked me exactly the same, was like, how do you navigate this thing? And I told him, honestly, never do something on your own. If you're going to start a business, I don't care if it's selling cassava on the roadside. You need a supplier. You need their contacts. You need to build relationships and all of that kind of stuff. And I think one of the key features in Wyne Kirabo is that we are not hung up on roles and it's like, it's mine. No, if I cannot do makeup and I have a fashion shoot, I have to have a team member. If I have to do hair, I cannot do hair. So what did we do? We created a relationship with a hair artist. He's called Jordi. He's in charge of all the Wyne Kirabo hairstyles that you have seen. Gotcha. We do not run into that. It's like, I will construct the dress, but I'm not going to construct a hairstyle. You know, but maybe I can try because, you know,
it's not going to be the same.
It's not going to be that, you know. That is what he studied for. So in any business, the advice is don't do it alone. Right. Don't do it alone. Yeah. You will drown.
How would you describe yourself as a creative?
Free. Free. I would say I'm not hung up on any idea. Okay. I can sketch things and I'm like, I nailed it. This is the next collection. Yeah. And then I go shopping for fabric and I'm like, oh, I love this print. But I don't have any design that it will work with, but I love it and I take it. Okay. That means I'm changing now the collection. You get where I'm going. So there is that, it works, it goes hand in hand with how I get inspired with my designs. So sometimes I design and then I reach in the fabric store and the design, and the design changes because the fabric said something else. Yeah. You know, and sometimes you just, seated at the bar having your coffee and then people are passing by and you're like, ooh. I think she would have looked better if that was like this and that was like that and that was like that. And I'm like, okay, so let's see, let's cut here, let's. Yes, but that's how it works. You have to know your competitor, right? That's what we say. So I'm busy analyzing what has Zara put there, and I'm like, how can we elevate that and make it not a fast fashion, but an elegant, appraised fashion. So I'm like busy editing people's outfits. So don't see me watching you. I just see I'm not watching you. I'm watching your trousers, your dress, and everything in between. Like, you can tweak this. Yeah, maybe. I'm busy photoshopping you. I'm photoshopping you.
Night owl or morning person?
Night. Night.
Okay. Yeah, it has been, I think, a unified thing with creatives that I talk to. Everyone's like, I'm alive in the night. Like, that's just how it is. Yeah.
Let's go to sleep at 4. Yeah. But like, let's not wake up at 6. No, you wake up at 6. Yeah. But yeah.
Tell me about, you know, choosing fashion, like your earlier encounters with fashion. I know you used to be a model. Tell me about that, like that time.
Well, that time, I think I was lost. Okay. I did not know exactly what I needed out of fashion. I just knew that it just looked so good and I wanted to be part of it. Yeah. But I did not know exactly where I would fit in. So I joined in through modeling to see where do I fall. Am I just a lover of fashion? Like, because in my mind, every woman loves fashion. Right. You know? To some extent. Yeah. So I'm like, maybe I'm just admiring it because I'm a girl and girls love fashion and that's what we do. Or there is a space for me, deeper, you know? Yeah. So I went into it basically trying to find my place in the fashion world. Where do I fall? Am I here? Am I there? Am I not anywhere actually? And from there is when I started editing designers' outfits. I'm so sorry if I wore your design. I'm so sorry.
Start asking about who's
no, I'm not dropping any names. But I was editing their looks. I was like, when they were putting a dress on me, I was like, why isn't it here like this? I don't do it like this. I'll do it like that. Yeah. So that is where I started from. So I joined basically to find my place. Yeah. Yeah.
How long was that stint?
About 2 years. About 2 years. Yeah. And I think I decided to get more serious about it when story time. So, I'm a church girl. Yeah. At least when I'm here, I'm a church girl. When I'm over there, there's so many churches. So I'm not a church girl over there. Sorry, mom. But, while I was here, and I was in church and I was modeling and my church started to see it really bad. Right. And I was also ministering because I was in the youth choir and they saw it really offensive to the church. And so they excommunicated me. Oh, wow. Yeah. You cannot be part of it. And I was also training teenagers so that they are prepared to join the youth team. So they were like, no, we cannot let you be in charge of young girls. If you are being seen on TV wearing things and walking around on the stage and making people admire you and stuff like that. And I remember telling my mom, it's okay. If they have the guts to tell me to leave, it's because it's not for me. That is not my church. I have to look for a church that has young people that understand what I'm trying to do and guide me in a way that my work doesn't throw me off. And my mom was like, go for it. And that's what I did.
So there's never a point in your life where you were like, oh, let me drop this instead of,
No.
Yeah.
Because I think one of the things about me that I'm going to reveal that anyway, is that when I tell you I'm going to do something, most of the times I'm not asking for advice. I am informing you that I am doing this, whether you say yes or no. So me joining modeling, I had thought about it. And one thing about me, I think it's a thing about introverts is that we think about things before we do them. We usually have so much within us. And then when we put it out, we've put it out. We are not taking it back. So when I joined modeling, I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was looking for. And being excommunicated or whatever was not going to be the reason as to why I stepped back. I was like, okay, you know my people, I got to look for my people.
How did that not discourage you from continuing to look for your people? Because I think if it were me, if that happened, I would be like, oh, so like just the church in general does not want anything to do with me. Okay, bye. You get it. So like how come you still had that drive to look for?
I think it's because there were already other churches that were having young people and they were excited about fashion. You were seeing girls, how they dressing to go to church, and they were literally fashion forward. And it was like, girl, I'm just wearing a dress. What's wrong?
Like you're modeling naked or something like that. Yeah.
And I made it clear to my modeling agency at that time. I told them, hey, I cannot wear swimwear or lingerie. Gotcha. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that I told when I was asking my mom, hey, I'm going to join this industry, but don't worry, I'm not going to wear any underwears at all. You will not catch me in an underwear. Okay?
Was she like very open to the idea of you?
She was. She bought me my first heels.
Okay.
We went together. She was like, go do your thing. And I think it's the advice that I want to give like young mothers, because now most of us are in that age where we have like the 2-year-olds or 1 year, whatever the case is. If you are not supporting your child, they're still going to do what they want to do behind your back. And when they do it behind your back, they're going to make all the wrong decisions.
Do you know why I say that's so real?
Yeah.
There's a big running thread when it comes to creatives in Uganda, where they have a very flowery degree in something that is not creatively, attached.
That's me.
And then they'll just, here, I did the degree. Now I'm going back here into what I actually wanted to do. And yet that time could have been well spent learning about the thing they wanted to do, whether it was photography or designing or, makeup or whatever. They spent 4 years getting
a degree that won't serve them.
Which one was yours?
I did microfinance.
Oh, fun.
I mean, granted, it helped. It helps because you need to know your money. You need to know the business side of everything. Yeah. But honestly, it did help because, for instance, whenever I go to do that, because I think this is second year, doing guest lecturer at the University of Barcelona, and it's with international business. So I can clearly communicate to the students because I know what I'm talking about. Right. I know about business. I know about money, because all of these are things that you study about during that particular course. So at the end of the day, it helped. It did. Yeah, even if I didn't make money out of it like that. I thought I would be counting people's money, but no, I didn't.
You would be shocked if you found out the number of like certified accountants who are in the fashion space and they're like a stylist or something like that. Like it's absolutely crazy. I want to go before the modeling space. Your affinity for fashion must have, come from somewhere before that. You must have been attracted before that. Can you think of like something, the earliest memory where you're like, ooh, you can't?
No.
Okay.
I literally grew up mainly with my brother because we are three, but I mainly grew up with my brother in Barara, and we were playing boy games because he's the older brother.
Yeah.
So we're playing boy games. I did not play with toys like that.
Yeah.
Dolls, I mean, not toys, but dolls, because boys also play with cars and stuff.
Yeah.
But that is what I played with, rolling the tires and running the village and stuff like that. No, I don't have really like a childhood memory of me trying to dress a doll and make sure that it's fashionably there. And no. Apart from the part, I think when I was about 14, 15 is when my mom opened up a boutique.
Okay.
And then I would go there to help her dress the mannequins and stuff like that. And I would, of course, criticize how she would dress them, edit them, and remove everything and put new stuff and stuff like that. But apart from that, I don't really have any childhood memory of me being intentional about fashion.
And then how did you enter into the modeling world? Were you scouted? Did you just go with a friend? Like, tell me that story.
So we're at uni at Chambogo with my friends. We're walking. I think we're coming from lectures. They had cancelled or something like that. And then we see this poster on the pole. And it's like, looking for models. We're going to be at the National Theatre. And my friend says, Winnie. That is you?
Okay.
I'm like, girl, I'm not the tallest person in the world. Yeah. And she said, no, but look at your body. Look at that. Go. And I'm like, will you come with me? And she said, yes. She didn't. She told me we will meet at the National Theatre. Yeah. We didn't. So she
played her part.
Yeah, she played her part. I'm not mad anymore.
Yeah.
But she told me we shall meet at the National Theatre, and she cancelled last minute. But I was already dressed and ready to go. So I was like, and I went and we auditioned. And of course, I went through and I joined, they were called De La Diva Models. And I joined them and we started from there.
Yeah. What was the modeling space like?
Fun.
Yeah. What kind of gigs were you doing? Like commercial? Were you doing runway?
I did a lot of runways.
Okay.
I did a lot of runways. I would have loved to go commercial, but I think it was between those moments where school starts to get very serious.
Gotcha.
And you can only do the much you can. And of course, mom is saying, hey, you decided to do that. No one told you to do it. Me, I want you to do this. So you do your thing when you have your free time.
Yes.
But when it's time for school, please be there.
Yeah.
So, it reached that moment where you cannot pursue more and you have to go out.
And then after graduation, what was that like? Is that when you went to Spain or you're still around?
No, I was still around. So after graduation, after the internship, let me first take you a little bit back. After the internship is when I realized this is not going to be my thing. Number one, it was not worth it.
Yeah.
The amount of work that was supposed to be done, it was not worth it. And when I came out of there, I knew before graduating, I knew that I wasn't going to go back in that field. I knew it. But so, after we graduate, and I went to Mubende because my auntie was there and she was telling me, there is this new radio station that has opened and they're looking for workers and And I ran over there. And I started working on radio. Yeah. I was there, I think, for 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I left. Yeah. I came back because my auntie was leaving the place and there was no reason for me to stay there. There was no nightlife, of course. As a 20-year-old, what you want is nightlife. Yes. At least on the weekend to be able to go out with your friends, because I had friends that I'd met in the modeling industry and we were meeting mainly on the weekends to go out a little bit and stuff like that. So it was like, okay. I go back home. Yeah. So that is how it went. I did not like go to work in a bar. No.
So when you got back home, you got back into modeling?
I was doing a few gigs here and there. I when I came back is when I went and joined Crystal Models.
Yeah.
And I was there for a while. And then I had to make a real living, because there comes a time where you're dreaming about things, and it's like, I cannot ask mom for that. I have to buy it myself. And and then I joined sales. By then, Vodafone. And then life went like that. Then moved to Spain shortly after that. I think I was with Vodafone for 2 years, and then moved to Spain. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, so you had a little bit of like the corporate space.
Yeah, a little here and there.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Fun. Can we get into like some of the people who, I guess, mentored you, or the earlier influences that like really solidified who you are today?
In the fashion world?
Yeah. It's all you.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. It's all me. I promise there isn't any single person. If you're there, I'm sorry, but I don't remember you.
Okay, what about like in school? Like, you know how you like, I guess, watch runways and, you know, look at a particular design and be like, oh, I like how they do things. I
think in that sense, there are people that I love their designs, but it's also exactly like I was telling you, when you go to a boutique and you see a dress and you're like, Rita will look good in this. So for me, I think that is where it has been. I see people's work and I'm like, that is so pretty. Like I love Iris Van Harper. She does incredible designs.
Her recent
collection with the bioluminescent. She does things and you're like, how?
It's literally sci-fi. I was just like, what the actual hell? Like, it was so dreamy.
So that's what happens with me. Is that I look at people's work and I'm like, it's fire. But that is your work.
Yeah.
But that is your work. And I was telling Jedi that when we entered, and I was like, oh, Kai, he's one of my favorites in Uganda. Actually, he's not he's second to none in Uganda of my favorites. Absolutely. Yeah, because his work is also really outstanding. It's not cookie cutter, and I love that. I love designers that are like that. So no, there isn't really a particular designer that I would say influenced my walk into fashion or solidified anything. But I love people's work, and I think, like we said, that dress will look good on Rita.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's now dive into the design process. I think you mentioned how sometimes designs can start from a sketch, but then the fabric tells you differently, or, you know, you're chilling here and then you're seeing something that you might want, you know, to create. Tell me about like how you come up with, let's say, a collection.
Basically, usually what I do is I start with a sketch and see where it goes. Yeah, and we edit as we go. Between the fabrics, between different emotions that you go through the day and all of that, then you decide on where you want that collection to go. But most importantly, it doesn't matter if it's a collection of today, tomorrow, or whenever, is to have in mind who I am designing for. If I design a dress, usually I say, would a Wyne Kirabo woman wear these trousers? Would a Wyne Kirabo woman wear this dress? So I usually design in those lines of, I have to always keep in mind who my customer is.
Yeah.
The last person that I dressed, if I showed them this piece, would they wear it? If they wouldn't, we are going back on the drawing board. So that is basically how the design process happens with Wyne Kirabo. The dress has to communicate to the last person that you sold the dress to, or that rented your dress, or that you dressed for any red carpet. If it isn't, that is not the design. So there are a lot of designs that are just seated there that I know they will not serve a purpose, but it's hard to get rid of them because they are your work.
How do you not get attached to stuff like that? Like if you personally love the design and yet you're like, oh, maybe it may not make sense for the market, how do you not be like, I'll make it anyway?
Because that I think, no, but honestly, so it's a really good question. And I think it's a learning curve, Because one of the things you have to understand, especially when you're working in a European market, is that the people are serious about their work. They're not looking at fashion as a hobby. They're looking at fashion as a job. So when you have a job, you need a payday.
Gotcha.
You know? Yeah. And all of these kind of things determine on what you should put out there and what you shouldn't. If I design without any intention, if I design a dress and I put cups all over it, who is wearing that? Do you see a Wyne Kirabo woman wearing that? No. No. Right. And it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Do cups, do whatever you want to do, but you have to keep in mind, where are you going with this? And I think it's driven also by the market that you're serving. And number two, it's driven by your vision for your brand. If you feel like you're just playing around, go for it. Just design whatever. I like it. I don't care. If you don't want it, I'm going to do it. Do it. But also you have to know that you are spending money to buy fabrics for that look, to time is money. You're spending it sewing that look. For what? For what? No one is going to put it on. No one is going to want it anyways. Unless if you're trying to do it, because there's sometimes like I have made a little skirt for myself because I like it, but I knew it would not be for the Wyne Kirabo woman. And I just designed it for myself. And then during the runway, it's the one I wear. You know, as a designer, I come out with that look. It's going to be totally different from all the other looks. But at the end of the day, that's what it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to compete with the looks on the runway. So it's okay. You can wear what you want for the runway. When they call the designer, you come out and you say, hey, here I am. But don't put it in the collection.
So, I mean, and I think it's also an added bonus that you used to be a model. So it's like, you'll make it for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Just make it for yourself. Don't put it out there.
And what's your favorite part about the process? Because I know there's so many different things, like the sketching, the conceptualizing and all that, patterns and production. What's your favorite part? What part just brings you joy?
The finished product. The finished product. The designing is beautiful because you are coming up with ideas. But to see an idea in reality, wow. Yeah. I think that is like God looking down and saying, I created her and him and them, you know? Yeah. So it's that point of when you finish and you touch your dress and you're like,
you're like, it's real.
It's the one. And then you look at your skin and it's not the one. So that is my favorite part. Yeah.
And then what part would you outsource if you could?
Pattern making. Pattern making.
Yeah.
And I know it's crucial for me to be able to be there and make sure that it goes exactly how it has to, because the pattern determines the fit. But it's tedious. Yeah. That is the one I would outsource.
Okay.
Sewing, probably too. But if I have a pattern, I can, everything just go from there.
Yeah. And then is there anything that's like really challenging about the space, the fashion space?
Yeah, there are challenges. Yeah, because number one, you're trying to serve two clients.
Yeah.
And things change depending on the clients. And that is always difficult to find a balance, because when you're designing a dress, you have to put in mind two different people.
Right.
And that is hard. It's like when you're in the kitchen and you have to cook for a vegan and you have to cook for a non-vegan, you know? Yeah. So it's really hard. You have to think about so many different pieces before you release any dress, not even a collection, any dress, any little top.
Yeah.
You think about two people at the same time.
So you don't do like bespoke or stuff on order?
We do actually, in that sense. Yeah, in the market that we serve, it's usually made on order. If a dress is not made, if it's not ordered, we don't make it.
Right.
Yeah. In a sense of, because we are so big on sustainability as well. If you check on our website, you'll see we work more in diversity and sustainability. And because of that, we do not want to produce something that is going to be in the back stock. It has to be something that is going to be sold. Apart from the pieces that are made for the runways and showcases and all of that. Yeah. Those are the only pieces that you will find in the showrooms, so you can rent and bring them back.
Okay.
if you want to go for a red carpet, those are the pieces that you're going to use. But if you want your personalized dress, because we are serving two markets, for example, a European woman is not as curvy and an African woman is curvy. Yeah. So if I produce mass dresses, mass production, there is someone that will miss out. Yeah. And there are pieces that you cannot always use spandex, for every single collection. So you cannot say like, oh yeah, just put a spandex, everyone will fit. You will do it this collection, what about the next one? So for that, it's made on order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about some of your collections. I absolutely adore the black and white. Yeah. Tell me about that.
The black and white is exactly what Wyne Kirabo is. It's African and European. So that is exactly what we wanted to capture. We wanted to capture what we are. That when someone says, who is Wyne Kirabo? And you show that dress and they say, oh, it's a black and white. Exactly that. That is who we are.
How like moody, I think it's just the campaign or like the photo shoot that you had done for it. It was so moody and so like, I don't know, like it had a little bit of an edgy feel to it with like the extra arms and stuff like that. So I was just so curious, like where your head was at when you were coming up with all that.
It was there. I think within this collection, we were discovering and not just discovering, mainly putting Wyne Kirabo out there for people to understand that we are not just another fashion house that is coming up. We wanted to seal our space and say, this is where we are. Yeah. If you're looking for a mixed cultural, representative brand, that is who we are. And that is what that collection was. It was to represent who exactly Wyne Kirabo was meant to be. Yeah. That is why you will see that the girls are wearing braids or very big hair, because I also wanted to let it be known. Just because they are white girls, the person behind the brand is a black woman. And that is what those pieces were saying is, I am white, dressed by a black woman. And I am also still represented in this collection. So when you look at it, the plan was to not make it feel off, like where you put a full kitenge on a white. Sorry guys, if you do that, don't take it wrong, by the way. It is so cool. Do your thing. But it was to represent that, is that I'm a white girl, I'm dressed in this jacket or in this dress or whatever. And I feel part of this dress. I don't feel like
I'm putting on a costume.
Yeah, like I'm just a mannequin there that put whatever you want. I am part of this dress.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about roots?
Roots.
I think that's why we saw some of like the chikoi come in and all that. It was like very tastefully done. There's a piece that was, it looked like mesh. It looked like it was a dress. It looked like it was like mesh.
Yeah, the golden one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me about that collection as well.
That collection, we called it Roots because I was primarily focusing on the Ugandan, not Africa. At that point, I was thinking mainly about Uganda.
Yeah.
I am Ugandan. Now it's time to tell the people that the person that is designing this is a Ugandan. So if I have to talk this collection, I have to mention where I come from, and these are the things. It's to be strategic about how you are marketing your brand, because you're in a country where they barely know where Uganda is. When you say you're from Uganda, it's like, oh, nice. Where is it from? Wait, do you go west? Do you go south? So it's all of these things are strategically done to make people know where we are and where we're from and all of that kind of stuff. So the black and white was to say African woman is behind this collection. Then the roots was to say and Ugandan. So it was an African woman in the other collection, but now it's Ugandan. I'm sealing the country that I'm from. This is where I'm from. That's why we called it Roots. Yeah.
Okay. I see it.
Yeah.
It was really, really, really dope. Where did you shoot that campaign from? It looked like mountains.
Yeah. It's in Spain. Yeah. It's in the southern part of Spain.
Okay.
I know that they shot there some movies as well. Oh. God. That's what happens when you delegate. Some of the things are not your problem. You say, ooh, this collection, I want it in the mountains. I want them to be as dry as a desert. Find out where we can do this from, you know. Right. And yeah, that comes with when you delegate, is that sometimes you do not know the places specifically. You just know the finished idea, how it has to look like. Yeah.
Oh no, it was really, really sublime. I absolutely loved it.
But I think we tagged the location, if I'm not mistaken. So if you are wondering,
were there, so we'll go back and see. I noticed that a lot of your designs have some element of like a flare, a little bit of like an A-line situation happening, whether it's a sleeve or like the skirt of it all. Tell me, like, is that intentional? How? Yeah, when it comes to the silhouette,
it is because while I'm thinking about big point is who your market is, and I know that basing on the price point of my pieces, that the women that are wearing these pieces, they are not really young women, you know. These are women that are mainly close to their 40s and up.
Yeah.
And these are women that their bodies are starting to change in a particular way. And how do you design something that looks young, fresh, and still elegant to them, so that they're not just wearing boo-boos, you know? And that is where the Wyne Kirabo also comes in, is to do that, that you can afford it. Because I know for a fact that a girl that has just graduated will break a bank to buy that dress. So let us put it in such a way that if she is able to, she can buy it. But the market that can really, really afford it can be comfortable in it. Because it wouldn't make sense for me to make it all sexy and all of that. And a 40-year-old cannot wear it because things are changing. Yeah. So we have that in mind when we are designing on how the body will sit in and look good in it.
Okay. And I think I want to know, like, what has been the biggest thing that you've learned along your journey?
I think that would be how to communicate yourself in an artistic way. I think it's a thing that I've learned, because most of the times there are times when I'm not able to be at a runway, and people send a message and they're like, "We saw your pieces, but you were not there." And I'm like, and that is something that I've learned. But that is more on the career path. But as a person, I've learned to respect people's journeys, because we come from different places, but that is not a reason to stop us. I have seen that there are people that come from money and they cannot do anything with it, because that is not what their path is. And there are people that they start from nothing and they build so high. So I think one of the things I've learned is do not undermine anyone's journey, because...
Is there any specific instance that like really solidified that lesson?
Yeah. When I was at uni, and my teacher was like, I remember one of my teachers was like,
why?
No, she cannot do it. And in the entire... No bragging, no bragging. In the entire class of 2019, I'm the only one that stood out. And I'm the only one that is still doing my work. Everyone else is working in a different line of work or working for someone else.
Gotcha.
And I'm working for me.
Yeah. The one who they said could not.
Yeah. So don't undermine people's...
They need to know. Yeah. And what has been your most rewarding moment so far?
I think it was when I got recognized with the Air Brands, by the Air Brands. It was
the
really gratifying.
Fashion designer award.
It was really gratifying to know that finally at home I'm being seen.
Right.
It was nice to be known.
First of all, what was it like, finding out that you had been nominated?
It was weird, because we usually receive a lot of spam messages and scams and all of that. So receiving it, and I remember Joy telling me, "Hey, we have this message is coming from Air Brands." Like, no, those are scams. Because a lot of them send messages and they're like, "Oh, if you pay, I don't know how much money, we give you an award." And it's like, I want an award that I've worked for. What are you talking about? What are you awarding me for, first of all? So when I saw it, it was like a shocker. But it was like already a win for me.
Yeah.
Especially for the category that they had put me in, because it wasn't just Uganda, it was like Africa. And I'm like, ooh, okay. Katulabe. And then it came out.
Were you around for the awards or you were okay?
No, mom went and picked it up for me. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's cute.
It was.
Yeah. How did you feel when she actually told you, hey, you actually won this?
So basically, we were sitting there waiting because we knew the day of the award. So we were there waiting and communicating at what time, like, have they reached it? Have they done it yet?
She went to
and then all of a sudden she was just not answering. And I'm like, girl,
what's happening?
And then I received a message from one girl that I met when I was doing my interns. And she sent me a message and saying, congrats, I've just seen your mom on TV picking your award. I'm like, what? We won. Yeah, we went out immediately. We went out immediately. Yeah. We danced, we drank, we just celebrated it. Yeah, because it was like, finally we're being recognized at home. So it was really a nice feeling to have. Yeah.
Okay. And are there like any Kampala favorites when it comes to fashion? The fashion space. That will be Kaijuka always. The others, I think they're really good. I think Anita is really good as well. But I think there is still a mindset, like I was saying, of hobby. And these people that I've just mentioned, in my eye, they're looking at fashion as a business. And you can see it from their work. It's obvious. Yeah. And I like a runway full of cups and bottles and everything. It's so beautiful to recycle. Don't get me wrong. No, they're beautiful to look at the recycled part of everything. But I think they need to step up, use the recycled product and whatever. For example, Faith, what is her other name? Aweko, I think. That does the plastic bags that picks bottles and makes bags out of them. That is to think outside the box and make something actually wearable. Yeah. The last time we went to for an interview, I was really happy after that interview because that lady, when she was introducing us and she said that we are doing wearable alter couture, immediately I was happy. Yeah. I was happy to sit there and talk to her because that is what I've always wanted. And those are some of the things that I was always editing as a model. Right. Like, why am I wearing a drum? Yes. Who is going to wear a drum in reality? Right. It's true. Who is going to wear a drum? Would you wear a drum on the streets of Kampala? No. Not even on the red carpet. You wouldn't. It doesn't matter how best it represents your culture. You wouldn't. And I think that is where a lot of fashion designers are taking it. They're being a bit so literal. Yeah, I think there's a thing of like, oh, this inspires me, so I'm going to look at this specifically, rather than taking the inspiration and like kind of cutting it down and incorporating it more. Okay. I hear you. I'm curious to know more about your mentorship program and what you guys want to do and how, what that might look like.
All right. So with the mentorship program, we are collaborating with Harmony of Minds. And actually we're meeting them immediately after here. Okay. And basically what we want is to get a couple of designers, a couple of photographers, a couple of print artists, like sketch artists, a couple of videographers and photographers. I don't know if I mentioned those, and a couple of models. So what we are trying to do is that we want them to recreate a design from Wyne Kirabo. Just choose a Wyne Kirabo design and imagine it was yours. What would you do with it? Now sit with an artist and design a fabric. After you've designed that fabric, we're going to print it on that fabric, the print you've designed. We put it on the fabric and use that fabric to create that design that you have reimagined. Now, of course, after you create it, you will need a photo session, a video session, and also you need a model for that. So we are trying to make sure that we show how you can create well edited design. So we are looking for designers that are looking to push their creative level to a next level. Because at the end of the day, that is how I learned. I learned by editing people's work. You know, I learned like, okay, this trouser should be like this, should be like that. So I want them to look at my trousers and also edit them and tell me, oh, girl, that is so wrong. I would do it like this and this and that and that and see how our looks would look in a different light. I love the lack of
ego with that concept, because I feel like if I put my design out there and told people, okay, here it is, and someone says, no, I'll change this, I'm like, what do you mean? As it is. Let's dead that idea. So that's curious.
No, I think at the end of the day, I always say, if the people want to copy, let them copy. You're not going to stop them.
Gotcha.
You're not going to stop them. So with that mind, I have a feeling it really is okay. I'm
glad you brought up copying. It's a topic we've looked at a lot on this show. I don't know what you think about the idea of someone seeing your work and being like, oh, cool, I can do that as well, and then going to do that. How do you feel about that?
I don't care. I don't care, because you are not Wyne Kirabo. Let us wait for your next collection and the next and the next. What are you going to be, Wyne Kirabo? 0.2, what? Which one are you going to be? You know, so you cannot keep copying me. You know, you don't have the vision for your brand clearly. So where are you going with this copying? You know, you're not going to keep doing my designs. At the end, it's going to catch up to you.
Gotcha.
So if you want to copy, knock yourself out.
That's interesting, because I know a lot of creatives who have that thing of like, this is my design, I need the credit, I need the, you know, the copyright, like you took my design, like, you know, someone having something that is very derived from you and then they don't give you credit.
I understand the ones that are being copied by big brands. And then they just carbon print it. Because there are a lot of African designers in the diaspora that have been suing big companies for doing that. Those I understand. Now the ones that I don't care about are these ones that are just trying to find their way, and they're like, oh, okay, let's do that as well. It's go ahead. Let us see how far you can go with your brand, copying my brand. Because at the end of the day, when they type in Wyne Kirabo, they won't find your design. They're going to find my design. You know, so for these ones, knock yourself out. But for the big brands, obviously.
Because I've seen there's also that trend of like, you know, brands like that are, let's say, fast fashion, looking at, you know, more niche designers, picking what has been like, let's say, your bestseller, and then going over here and mass producing it, less quality, cheaper, and stuff like that.
No, is
that anything that you've stumbled upon with your brand, at least?
I think one of our designs, I saw it being sold. The funny part is, it was exact with our model, and it was being sold in Germany. And I'm like, oh,
so like they took the photo from.
I'm like, so wow,
how does that work?
We didn't even follow up much on it because it died out. It died out. It died out.
Okay. Now I'm curious to know, do you have a dream client? Is there anyone that you'd want to dress?
I think that would be Rihanna.
Oh,
because I feel like she's so fashion forward in a sense of daring.
Absolutely.
The others are really good with their fashion, but I think they're a little bit predictable. But you do not know what she's going to come up with.
Rihanna revolutionized maternity wear. Like something that people would think everyone is like trying to hide the bump. She's like, I'm wearing lingerie with a bump. Hey, and it's like, it's only her.
Exactly. Exactly. So that is why she's my dream client. That's the one.
And if there was anyone's wardrobe that you could sneak into and raid all day long, who would that be?
I'm going to give you the same name.
You'd want to dress and
I think I would also like to see what is in Kanye West's design cabin.
Interesting.
Yeah, he has such a way of dressing. His style, I want to see it. I want to see what is in his closet.
I mean, he's of late very controversial, but he has been very futuristic for the most part.
Yeah.
Like usually, what he likes today becomes a menswear trend like 5, 6, 7 years down the road. And you're like, but wait, Kanye was wearing it the other day.
That like long ago.
Yeah.
So that is why I would, that is a person I would like to as well. Yeah.
Name. Yeah. We haven't gotten that one. And then unpopular fashion opinion.
About which one? I think it would be the jean skirts with a little slit here in front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything for you?
No. I don't know why a lot of people are falling for it, but it's so horrible. And then these little jean trousers. I want to see if the Ugandans are wearing them. So they flare out like that and they just stop right here on your ankle. The flare just hits here on your ankle. And it's just like, and the flare is so small, like this.
Skinny?
It's so skinny. And then, like, imagine this is the leg, yeah?
Yes.
Just like from here. And then it does a, and it stops right there. And it's like,
yes. I've seen those. I've seen those. It feels like it's sweeping the floor.
It X me. It's just right here like this.
Yeah. It's immediate.
Like can you decide what you want to be? What?
Okay, that one I agree with you. The jean skirt one though, it's kind of a look. It's kind of a look, yeah.
Have you seen the girls walking in it like they're little with the little Chinese box? I like it.
Okay, the slit is a little bit, but I've seen somewhere it's like, like thigh length or something like that, and they, you pull it off.
Okay, you go for you go for you. Me, I'm not fully go. I'm pushing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I want to put you in a time machine. Take you to 2015, and you're meeting Winnie in 2015. What would you tell her? Is there a piece of advice you'd give her?
I would tell her, it is okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect because, girl,
you're a perfectionist? Like
I don't. Yeah, I think the people that know me would say you're lying. You're a perfectionist, but I don't think I am. But I feel like in 2015, I was more stranded.
Okay.
I was more stranded because that's about the time that I left for Europe, for Spain. And I was so stranded and I did not know exactly where to go from there. Because the idea that I had gone with was not being bold. Yeah. It was liked, but not bold. And I would tell her, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Don't. Girl, it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. And I mean, since you're going to help mentor other young people, is there a piece of advice that you have that would be overarching, I think, for creatives?
Like we were saying from the beginning, don't do anything on your own. Don't. Collaborate. Outsource if you have to. Work with someone. It could be your best friend. It could be your family member that is in line, keyword, in line with what you want to achieve. And then from there, the rest will be a breeze. Because it's so hard to try to navigate your dream while trying to answer messages on Instagram, while trying to answer the ones on every social network, because there are many, and then also trying to book yourself runways. And at the same time, you have to design for that runway, and then you have to do interviews. You have to manage all of that. Delegate. And look at fashion as a business. Stop looking at it as a hobby, because that is what produces. By the way, that one.
I want you to see as you go along on this particular trip. Probably people are already trying. Like it's not hobby.
I'm sure they are trying, but that's the thing that I was saying.
Yeah.
As long as you think about it as a hobby, you will try. They will give you a jeans and they will tell you edit these jeans out, and you put a little flair like this and you say, edit your word there. You get, that is what I'm saying. Like, stop looking at it as a hobby. Yeah. Honestly, the guy who did that will tell me, hey, but it's sold, yeah. But it's sold. But I think that is the thing, is that, yes, and it's good because I've seen that a lot of fashion designers, because when we were doing the auditioning for us to have designers for mentorship, they sent their portfolios and stuff. And there are a lot of good designers out here. There are so many. And that is one of the things that we are here for, to kind of put them in the limelight and say, hey, you can do it. Yeah. You can do it.
I forgot to ask, and now that you mentioned that, like, so many people like were sending their portfolios and stuff like that, what was your criteria for the designers that you're going to pick for the program?
You had to not be, because we've already selected, you had to not be an established designer, because you already know what you're doing and you know where you're going. You have your things mapped out properly. So we're looking mainly for people that, I am trying to do this, but I am not finding my way properly, and I need a little guidance on how I should do it. We're not looking for someone that is like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah. But let us see what you're saying. No, we're looking for people that, I want to do this, but I need some guidance. That is the person we're looking for.
Okay. Yeah. I'm excited to see what comes of it.
Me too. Yeah. You and I both. Let's see. And hopefully as it grows, we can expand it, because we received a lot of messages of other people saying, are you doing it in Rwanda? Are you doing it in Kenya? Are you coming to Nigeria? And it's like, oh, sorry. Yeah. Even in our own community in Spain, they were asking, and in Spain, are you doing it as well? And so we are excited to see how this first edition goes, and hopefully do more editions of this sort. Yeah.
Okay then. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing and just letting us into the background of what Wyne Kirabo, the brand, is like, and who you are as Minnie.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It's been an honor.
Okay then, see you guys next week.
If you like this video, make sure to check out the rest of our page, because there's so much more for you to see. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.